Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fireside Chat with Tawana. Tonight, I have the absolute honor. I've been doing this at nighttime. I keep saying good night, but it's not nighttime. It's actually the afternoon. So, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are right now. I'm Tawana from the Full Figure Industry Awards. I am the executive producer, and I am going to be talking to the beautiful Monique Cartwright, as you can see this way.
Hey.
Let's just do this and get this out the way first. If you are not saving the date for the Full Figure Industry Awards on November 4th, shame on you by now. Make sure you pick up your phone and put it in your phone right now, November 4th. The show is happening. Showtime is at 4 p.m. Put it in your phone. Reminder, tickets are still on sale, so make sure you go to the website and get your tickets, thefires.com. Again, you guys have been here for a minute. Full Figure Industry Awards. I'm always in full uniform, so if you forget, it's right here on the shirt. Monique, how are you?
I am doing wonderful, honey. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to talk to you. This is what the second or third live that we have done together, and I
Yes,
really
girl.
enjoy talking to you.
Same here, honey.
So I know for a fact that you are not home.
I
So
am
let's do
not.
this quick plug. Shout out to the full figure industry. Where are you right now?
Well, I'm in Miami. Shout out to the MIA. I'm at the Nina Sheree Swim Week experience. So I'm one of the models. So we actually are doing a big show here in Miami, plus size only tomorrow. So that's what I'm here in Miami for.
That's what's up. Shout out to Nina Sherry. So I should have been there, but I have other plans.
I
But
understand.
I know for a fact that all of the full figure industry is going to be represented in Miami. So turn up in Miami
I
tonight.
sure will, honey.
Let's get to know our friend Monique Cartwright. First of all, congratulations.
Thank
Monique
you.
is our nominee for the Full Figure Industry Awards category of Plus Model. Congrats to
Woo
you.
woo!
This is your first
Hey.
nomination, right?
Yes, it
That's
is.
what's
It
up.
is super exciting.
Tell me, how does it feel? Put it into words.
Ooh, child. Look, when I first found out, girl, I almost started shouting. Okay, I was so excited.
I believe it.
So excited. I was like, oh my God. Like, I really, like, I got nominated. So I was super excited. It's a true blessing. It was a total shocker. I'm just still on cloud nine. Seriously, I'm just super excited, and I hope when I get there with all the lovely finalists that shout out to everybody. But I'm rooting for your girl. Like, hello,
Of
I
course.
need to win.
Of course. Of course. And this is deserving because
Thank you.
you've been putting in the work for some years now.
hmm
And
hmm
as time goes on, I mean, you putting more pressure.
Yes, yes. I
I
always
mean,
believe in leveling up. You got to level
yeah,
up. hmm
yes. And you definitely are leveling up. We see you out there. We see you.
Thank you.
Keep
Thank
doing what you're
you.
doing. So first, my first live that I did with Monique, it was we both was part of this project. You became a brand ambassador for Jose Pagan. First of all, shout out to
hmm
Jose Pagan, one of
Shout
our
out to
friends,
Jose.
mutual friends,
Yes.
fabulous photographer. You were
hmm
a brand ambassador for his photography tour. And of course, Queen Size Magazine was one of the media sponsors for that. So tell us about, because I know Jose every now and again he comes back out and say I'm bringing my tour back, right?
Right.
So tell us about that process. Did you have to apply? Did he call you personally? For people who are like, maybe I want to do this. How do people do that?
So, mind you, I had never worked with Jose on a one-on-one level. I had heard of him, but I had never worked with Jose. But I knew that I wanted to work with Jose, right? Like he was top tier, in the plus side. So I was just like, I need to shoot with him. I want to work with him. But yet I was super scared to step out on faith and apply. It wasn't you had to apply and he had to pick you type of situation. You had to fill in an application. You had to be picked to represent your city. So I had to step on faith. I had to get rid of my fears and be like, look, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. There were other beautiful people who, applied and who wanted to have that position, but Jose selected me, and I was like, oh my God, I finally get to work with Jose. This is super exciting. I had never been an ambassador before. Didn't know what the qualifications. I knew what the qualifications were, but I didn't know what the expectations were of him, because I knew he was top tier. But I did an awesome job. Atlanta was sold out per usual. We are like one of the hottest stops on his tour. So I had to represent. I knew it was a lot of pressure on me to represent. But when I take on something, I take on a job, I want to accomplish it 100% and go above and beyond and represent the best that I could. And that's what we did with that photo tour. It was so much fun. So much fun.
So, who were some of the young ladies that that participated in your city?
Let's see. We have Tia Tillman. She's one of my model girlfriends. She participated. You put me on the spot trying to remember the girls. It was Nedra Phillips. She participated. Like, it was really, really some top models in the Atlanta area. And we had a great time. Whether you are just starting, you're just beginning, or you just, you're up there and you just need some portfolio shots, some headshots. He can do all of that. So Jose is the person for you. So it was lots of models. So shout out to all of them. I can't remember them all right now, but those are the two off of my top of my head.
Oh yeah, because I put you on the spot, and the funny thing is, like, I sincerely dislike when people do that to me, because I'm like,
and here you go doing it to me, girl.
Right. My bad on that.
It's okay.
My bad on that.
It's all right.
So first of all, love Nedra.
Yes.
She is definitely on the list of people that I want to work with. So tell I said hi.
I sure will. Yes, she's fabulous.
And that's another thing that I like about Jose's tours is that, it's open to wherever you fall. Whatever level you are on in terms of taking pictures, whether you are an established model or aspiring or neither, and I just want to take photos, you know what I mean? It is a blessing to be able to go on set. Like, let's just say me, for instance, if I'm new and I just want to do some cute birthday photos, I'm on set with some amazing models.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Who's then gonna talk to me and try to turn me into a model because
you already know it.
You know.
We are.
That is not my ministry. I stick to what I know, and modeling is not it for me. Okay.
It's okay.
I don't like wearing heels. Like, after a half hour, I be like, we'll take these things off. Which is why I love the fact that now I see people more and more wearing the dresses with the sneakers. I'm like, yes, this is my time.
Yes. That's your time to see. That's your time to shine. Right up your alley, right?
Right. Please, trend, stay with us for a little while, because this is my time to shine.
Exactly. That is correct.
Let's talk about, before we get to this cover, let's talk about New York Fashion Week, because you have participated in New York Fashion Week, right? Let's talk about that, because there are a lot of models who have been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
Who have not, and probably dying to just walk in New York Fashion Week. Like, tell us about that experience.
First of all, make sure you eat your Wheaties, because New York Fashion Week is nothing to play with. No. Okay, you will be ripping from the time you touch down to the time you get ready to leave. It is casting after casting after casting after casting, line after line after line after line. You got to be prepared to wait. You have to be in shape. You have to make sure you eat properly. Make sure you hydrate. Like, it is no joke. I was so tired. I didn't know what to do, but I had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And when you're in those fashion shows, each designer may have you walk a different walk. You got to know your walks. You have to know how fast they want you to walk. You got to be on point. You got to just take off the outfit, jump in another one. Like, it's you're going to be like really, really super busy, but it's really worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's an experience. New York City, period, is something to see. It is something to see. I had never been in New York, so when I went, it was my first time going. I'm like, this city does not sleep, y'all. Y'all do not sleep. Constant noise. I was like, can everybody just be quiet? Not happening. Not happening. Yeah. But it's a definite experience, and all I would say is make sure you got your comp cards ready. Make sure you got your sneakers, you got some comfortable heels, and just come ready to slay every single time. And kind of do your research. Do your research before you go, as far as what casting call is looking for what. Yeah. Be prepared. Make sure your mind, body, and soul is ready, and then of course go on your professional and go for it.
So, I like that you brought that up, right? And you talk about this often because,
Mhm.
I'm plugged into Monique.
Mhm.
You talk about it often where, and this is one of the things that we talk to models about as well,
Mhm.
is you have to be fit. And when I say
Mhm.
fit, I don't mean that you have to lose weight.
No,
Um,
I didn't.
but you have to be in shape. You have to be able
Yes.
to just run backstage and change your clothes with the quickness
Mhm.
without busting into a complete sweat, and your
Exactly.
makeup is completely ruined. You have
Mhm.
to know when and what to eat.
That's correct.
Stretch. I tell everybody all the time before our photo shoots, make sure you stretch. We have a photo shoot coming up, and we did the consultation with the young lady, and I
Mhm.
told her, I was like, make sure you stretch before the photo shoot, and she was like,
Mhm.
stretch, what are you gonna
Yes.
do to me? And I'm like,
Yes.
sis, when I want you to get into a pose, like I want you to get into a pose
Mhm.
without breaking something.
That's
So I
correct.
need you to stretch. You have to move in different positions where, you know, I tell people all the time, if it doesn't hurt, it's not gonna look right.
Correct.
So
Correct.
just make sure that you are doing your stretches
You
before
have
your
to.
photo shoots. Because speaking
Mhm.
of photo shoots,
Yes.
let's do this real fast because not real fast. I want y'all to take your time and just take all of this beauty in. If you have not seen Queen Size Magazine, you were on the September 2021 cover.
Yes. Come on, cover.
Yes. And if you guys miss the cover, I'm gonna give you a sneak preview. You have to the story is still online. You go into queensizemagazine.com and just look under cover stories. You'll still be able to find her cover there and read her story. But
Mhm.
let's look at some of these. I
Oh, look
mean,
at me. Yes. Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
and this was from Jose Pagan's tour, correct?
Yes, that's Jose. When I tell you he be having you stretching, posing, that's one posing man right there.
I mean, just don't
Yes.
play. Just don't
Mhm.
play.
Mhm.
And he picks the most original
Mhm.
locations
Yes.
for you. And even like something simple as this, some people won't
Yes.
even think to put somebody in front of a tree. Like, what am I
Right.
gonna do there? But
Right.
pair it up with the right outfit and it's
Mhm.
just
It's
amazing.
fire.
You know what I
Yep, it's
mean? It's
fire. Yeah. His eye is everything. Okay. Yes. Look.
Who was
Yes,
your makeup
ma'am.
artist, by the way?
I did my own makeup that day. I did my own makeup that day. That's one thing I definitely stress to models too. You got to learn how to slay your own face.
Look at this.
Period.
I mean, period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
just everything.
Thank
And that,
you.
it was just I was blown away from the images. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, because part of our responsibility as the media sponsor, right? He sends
Hmm.
us the Dropbox links, and he's like, go through it and see, if anybody strikes your eye, right? So for me, it's you can have beautiful images, and you know
Hmm.
this about me. You can have beautiful images, but if your story does not match the images, then it's just not going to come together.
That's correct.
So, I went through the images of all the ladies, and then I turned around and I asked them, "Well, can you please send me their bio? Can you send me their stories, right?" And so when I get them and I read it, and if the story is not like, "Oh, I'm interested in asking more questions." If
Hmm.
I'm not intrigued by the story and don't want to come back and ask you any questions about your story at all, then it's not going to go in a magazine.
Correct.
Okay. So
Correct.
you guys are getting gems. I want you to listen to this, okay?
Okay. Say it again about the bio
Listen,
now.
listen.
Say it again about
It's
the
the
bio.
bio.
Come on.
So I'm very
Hmm.
hard on people when it comes to bios. When I ask people for bios and they're like, "Oh, I don't have a bio," I'm gonna need you to work on a bio and then get back to me. Okay?
Correct.
Because everybody, if you are a professional or you are aspiring to be a professional, make sure that you are working on your bio. Make sure that you are updating that bio.
Hmm.
At the
Hmm.
turn of the year, I'm gonna need you to pull out that bio and look at all the things that you have done that's not on your bio and update that bad boy. So
That's
when
correct.
somebody reaches out to you and say, "Hey, can you send me your bio?" And then we talked about this before. You should have a long bio and a short bio.
Correct. Correct. Yep,
Because that
that's
short
right.
bio is going to grab people's attention.
It is.
Not everybody is ready to read your long bio yet.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's
I
right.
just told,
Long and short.
I just learned y'all something. I hope y'all was
She
listening.
dropping gems. She dropping gems, y'all. Let's take notes.
So another thing that the full figure industry we complained about a lot is that we don't see representation.
Hmm.
Where am I going with this? Right? We already know we don't see representation, but however, at one point, let me not say at one point because you can still do this. You are now seeing in Times Square and
Hmm. Hmm.
highways. You are now seeing billboards with bigger bodies.
Correct. Correct. You are definitely seeing. I was actually very proud of, speaking of swim week, the whole Miami swim week. I saw so many plus size models hit that runway for various swimsuit designers.
Mhm.
It was amazing. And they weren't the cookie cut. They didn't have the flat
Right.
stomach with the wide hips with the big booty. I mean, they were full. They were just full, right? And
Hmm. Hmm.
I love to see it. They were in two pieces, they were in one pieces. I absolutely love how they represented full fashion or full figured ladies and at the swim week. I love it. It was great. So shout out to them. Hmm.
So let's talk about these billboards because you were one of the
Yes.
people who were up on these billboards. Tell us about these
Hmm.
billboards. Where did this opportunity come from? Which billboards were you in? Let's talk about it.
So the first billboard that I did was for a boutique that's local in Atlanta,
Hmm.
Lifestyles Plus. So we came together and we did a billboard with her. So I was one of the feature models on that billboard in Atlanta off of 285. Shout out to 285.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, so that was the first one, and the second one was I work with local boutiques here in Atlanta. So the boutique actually did another billboard featuring the plus size model. I'm the only one, so I am her plus size model. So we did a boutique, and I was on another billboard for about 6 months. She did a long time billboard there in Atlanta. Yeah, she not had one, but she had two. So I was like, go girl. So, you got to invest in your business. If you can get the billboards, get them because they actually do bring lots of attention to your brand. So, yes, that was great.
Now, did you go and take a picture of these billboards? Do you have a
Hmm.
picture in your, I guess we call it portfolio? Do you have these in your portfolio?
I do not have that picture in my portfolio. It's on my phone and everywhere else, but I do not have that in my portfolio. You bring up a good point. I do not have that picture of myself in the on the billboard. Matter of fact, I had another billboard in New York actually, and for Shop Hourglass, I was on that
Yes,
billboard as well.
I remember that
See,
one.
I forget. I
I
forget.
remember that.
Like, geez. But you're right. I do need to add those to my portfolio. So that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because
So,
you will forget.
and I brought that up from personal experience, right? Because
Mm.
um, we were the Full Fig Industry Awards was on a billboard in Times Square at one point, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I remember time went by, and when the next year for the Full Fig Industry Awards rolled around, I didn't think about it either. But someone was like, when we were putting together the press kit, and it was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, where's that picture with the fires on the billboard?" And I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yep.
Right. And so the things that I experience personally, I like to share with
Mhm.
other people. Make
Thank
sure you are
you.
keeping copies of those
Yes.
for future use.
Yes. You're right because as time goes by, they're on your
Yeah,
phone, but Lord knows what happens to your phone,
that
So you're right. I definitely need to download those and put them over here for my portfolio use. That's a good idea. Thank you.
yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. See,
Mhm.
we share information with
Come
each
on.
other, honey.
Yes.
Because I do again. Remember, I told you I'm plugged into Monique. Monique does her lives, and she drops them gems. I'm not a model, but some of the information that's dropped do apply. I can apply it to my personal business as well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
learn from each other.
Yeah, amen. Thank you. It's a blessing.
So we're about to get personal,
Okay.
okay?
Come on, bring it.
Because with our businesses, we're continuously going and we're putting everything out on social media, and people are looking at us and
Mhm.
like, yes, 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 I see you, I see you.
Mhm.
But behind the scenes, life happens,
Of
right?
course.
Life be life, and I'm
We
telling you.
sure do.
And recently, you had a health scare. And you
Mhm.
shared it on social media, which is why I'm okay with
Mhm.
asking you here.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about that health scare that you experienced?
Absolutely. So basically, what it boiled down to, I was had walking pneumonia, and I already have high blood pressure. My high blood pressure I thought was under control, but when you combine it with the walking pneumonia that I had at the time, I
Hmm.
had a whole, my body went into a whole attack, and I couldn't breathe. So that just really, really scared me. My blood pressure, I scared the EMS people who came to my house because they had never seen such a young person with blood pressure that high before, period. They were like, you were getting ready to stroke out. We had to get you to the hospital ASAP because they only have certain things in the EMS, in the ambulance. So they had to get me to the hospital to give me some medicine that they put in you to lower your blood pressure, like immediately, like drop it down.
Right.
So with the pneumonia that I had, that's what caused the attack on my body. My body was basically telling me, look, something's not right, and
Hmm.
something got to go. You need to sit your behind down somewhere, take a rest, because I work, I have children, I'm a wife, I model, I do this, I do that, and you cannot be superwoman for everybody. You got to
Right.
take care of yourself because you all you got. You all you got. This body right here is all I got, right? And so I got to take care of myself so I can take care of other people. So in the hospital, they got my blood pressure down. They took it down almost too low, almost passed out, but they brought it back. I'm like, wait a minute now. I came here to get better, not worse, Lord. Okay. But they got the blood pressure under control, but I'm doing really well now. I wasn't drinking water like I'm supposed to. That's a bad habit for many out there. Water is so essential to the body, which I knew that, but I just wasn't doing that. If I prefer lemonade, that's what the hell I was doing. I was drinking lemonade, but I got to change. So I changed my habits. I got rid of pop. I still like my ginger ale every now and again,
Right.
but that life scare taught me a life lesson that you only have one life to live. So one, I need to live it, period. But I also need to take care of myself and take care of my body because I don't want to be stroked up out of here. I don't want my daughter having to take care of me or my husband or whatever the case may be. I have a long life to live, and I know that God has something that in me that He wants me to share with others. So I have an assignment, and I'm not done yet.
Right.
So I'm like,
Absolutely. So,
yeah.
it made me a bit emotional because one of my
Mhm.
friends' brother just died young in his
Mhm.
early
Yeah.
40s,
Yep.
just died from pneumonia.
Yep.
Healthy
I
guy.
didn't know I had it. Didn't know
It's
I had it.
crazy.
Mhm.
So
Didn't know I had it.
when we talk about listen to your body, listen to your body, it's
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
have to really listen to your body, especially these post pandemic days, right? I don't like saying the
Yes.
C word, but especially
Yes.
these post pandemic days because they talk about if you've had the 19
Yep.
before, the effects that it has on your body afterwards,
Mhm.
weakens your
Mhm.
immune system, all that good stuff. So it's let me not say good stuff, all that bad stuff.
Right.
So you have to listen to your body. And the point about the water, I am so tired of hearing people. It makes me cringe when I hear people say, "Oh, well, I drunk soda. It's made from water." I'm like,
Oh, please,
not.
please.
Can
That
we
is
not? So I
no.
had to learn that myself.
Mhm.
In turn, because I suffer with severe migraines,
Okay.
and I have a lot of triggers.
Mhm.
And being dehydrated is one of my major triggers. So
Correct.
for me, I had to make sure I started seeing a nutritionist a few years
Mhm.
ago
Mhm.
after my sister passed, and it was you have to drink more water.
You do.
So, because me, I was like, oh, I drink a bottle of water, I'm good, right? For the day.
Mhm.
No, no, no,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So you
Nope.
have to make sure. For me, I'm on a timer.
Oh,
Certain
yes.
at a certain time, if it hits 10 o'clock and I haven't drunk a bottle of water yet, I'm behind.
Okay.
So I make sure if my work day is 8 hours
All right.
before I leave work, I have to drink 4 bottles of water before I leave.
Right. Mhm.
And when I
Mhm.
get home, I can drink another bottle of water. Now I don't drink soda anymore. I don't drink
Okay.
juice anymore. Now I've gotten so used to drinking water, it's that's all my body craves for.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you just have to get into the habit of drinking that water.
I
And
know.
I need people to stop saying I don't like water. You figure out how to like it. For me, I
You have
started
to.
with putting drops of lemon in my water.
Hmm.
That's how I started.
Hmm.
And they have the now the detox water with the fruit that sits in it. If you have to do that, do it. Eventually, you're going to come to love water.
You
Hopefully,
will.
your
And
body
it's not
needs
really a want, it's a need. It's
it. Is
like, stop it with the want. We're adults here. You got to do what your body needs,
yeah,
okay? You can make choices if you want to eat peas. Like, that's not going to affect your life. It's not life or death. But
right,
this could actually be life or death here. Like,
yeah,
you got to have water. Like, your body needs water to survive, you know?
right,
So,
right.
yeah.
So let's get back to modeling.
All right.
Um, what would you say is the best advice that you have received when it comes to your modeling?
I would say the best advice I have received was for me to get out of my own way.
Mm, that's a good one.
Okay? Get out of your own way, get out of your head, get out of your fears. Stop saying that I don't think I can do this, I can't do this, because you can. And you just need to get out of your head and let go and let God.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Just stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, and let it go. Just do what
Yeah.
you need to be doing, and get out of your own way. And at first I didn't even know what that meant. I was like,
Yeah.
what you mean get out of my way? I ain't standing in my way. But it's more mental. It's a mental thing. It's mental. You don't put yourself in the right positions, or you keep talking yourself out of this particular position or job or whatever. You got to get out your own head, get out your own way, and just live life and let God. That was one of the best advice. Yep.
Okay, so let's great advice. Let's flip it.
Hmm.
What would you say other than that? Because you already gave the advice. Other than that, what would you say would be the best advice that you can offer someone else who wants to get into this fashion arena? We're gonna call it an arena because, honey, it's
It is.
it's an arena.
It it is. I would say, find what your niche is. Find your niche. Because you can't. Not say you can't, but for me, what works for me is I wanted to get out here and just start doing everything. I wanted to do the runway. I wanted to do the print. I wanted to do this. I want to do that. I want to start consulting. I want to start teaching. Look, take it by stride. Figure out what is your niche. Where do you fit in this industry to where you can shine the most, where you
Right.
can be beneficial the most. Find out what God wants you to do in this industry. See where He's leading you the most, right?
Hmm.
So that's what I would say. Don't come in this industry thinking I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And but take your time, do your research, figure out what your lane is going to be. You can have multiple lanes, yes, but figure out what those lanes are. One, and when you get in that lane, slay it, kill it,
Right. Right.
and then move on and see what's next for you. Slay it, kill it, keep building, keep leveling up. Yeah,
Right.
that's what I would say.
That's excellent advice. And that's one of the things I do tell models all the time because I have conversations with models and I tell people
Mm-hmm.
it just in general, not just models, but we get into a profession and it's like, oh, I want to do everything. And it's not to say that you can't do everything.
Right.
Excel in one thing at a time, or even
Correct.
two things at a time. And then add stuff on to the
Mm-hmm.
list, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be good at everything at
Mm-hmm.
once,
Correct.
because
Correct.
eventually you're going to burn yourself out,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to say, oh, I don't want to do this no more. And then I know a lot of people who have gotten into fashion and who stopped and
Yep.
said, oh, this is not for me, because they were doing the same exact thing. I
Yep.
wasn't getting any return on anything. But you can't be all over the place when it comes to this
Mm-hmm.
fashion industry,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a doggy world, dog world.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It don't play. It don't play.
That part. Monique,
Yes.
do tell
Mm-hmm.
people where they can follow your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before we do that,
Okay.
because I was going to say something. In your personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
how important is having a website?
Super important if you want to be taken professionally.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Super important if you are your brand, your business, and you want to be taken professionally. I had to learn that.
Yep.
I didn't know at first. I am my brand. I am my business. So if I'm not taking myself professionally and seriously, why would I expect somebody else to?
That part.
Mm-hmm.
So another conversation I have with people all the time: get a website, get a website, get a website.
Yeah.
Personally, right?
Mm-hmm.
True story. I have Queen Size Magazine. I have a website. I'm getting somewhere with this. I
Okay.
have the Full Figure Industry Awards. I have a website.
Uh-huh.
I am my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I said to myself, you have the Full Figure Industry Awards. You have Queen Size Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Right.
And yesterday, I sat down and built the website.
For
TawanaBlastingGame.com.
you. There you go. There you
Hey,
go.
I'm almost done with it, so y'all don't go looking for it yet. But I started
Oh,
building the website because I'm like,
correct.
I am the face of these brands.
You
Whether
are.
I hire people to be a face of my brand or not, I'm still the face of my brand. These are my
Mm-hmm.
brands.
Mm-hmm.
But when people meet me, it's like I'm not the Full Figure Industry Awards.
You are
I'm not
Tawana.
Queen Size Magazine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm Tawana, right? But
Correct.
who is Tawana?
Exactly.
So make sure you ladies, gentlemen, professionals, whatever industry you are on, and
Mm-hmm.
not just model. Make sure
Right.
you have a website so people can know who you are. I learned that after I've always known that. Let me not say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it awakened me when I did an interview on a podcast the a couple of days ago. And I was telling the ladies, I said, for me, I form personal connections with people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm connected to their brand because
Right.
I know who they are. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then it made me think, well, what about you, girl? what
Right. What about you, girl?
about
Hello.
you, girl?
Right.
So
Shoot.
I sat down and I was like, after that call was over, I was like, oh girl, you need a website. So I
Correct.
started working on my website, and my website will be released soon with all of the things that I do, so you guys can
Of
really get
course.
to know
Right.
Tawana.
Mm-hmm.
I may or may not blog on that website. I don't know because I
It's
have
up to
Free Size
you.
Magazine I could do that
Mm-hmm.
from, but
Right.
I think people have to know who you are as a person so that they can
Mm-hmm.
connect to you and then
Right.
understand more about your brand. So
Correct.
I wanted to
Correct.
ask you that about the website. Now you can tell people where they can find your journey and book your services.
Yes, well, I have a website. It's IamMoniqueCartwright.com. My name right in there. So that's where you can basically go to find out about me. You can book me from there as well. You can definitely book me. You can read about my history, what I do. My portfolio's on there as well. Just a small tab of it, not all of it, but it's there. You can find me on Facebook, Monique Cartwright, and then on Instagram, I am Monique Cartwright 2.0.
Love it.
Thank
So, what
you.
was with the 2.0? I always meant to ask you that.
Okay, so listen. Instagram hacked my first account, so I always had a backup account. My original account was I am Monique Cartwright, right? Just to match my email address, email and my website. And so that got hacked. So I already had an I am Monique Cartwright 2.0, so that became my main page after Instagram hacked my over 50K. Yeah, yeah. But
Smart.
anyway,
Right. I meant to ask you that too. Like, what's
that's
with the
why.
2.0? I thought
Mm-hmm.
it had something to do with hacking, but
Yes.
the same thing with our original Full Figure Industry Awards page, which was the fires.
Really?
Yeah, we lost our page.
See? See?
So we had to get another page and start all
Yes,
over
that's what I had to do
Full
too.
Figure Industry Awards,
I
which is
had to do it
kind of
too.
stupid, but it is
Yeah,
what it is.
it
But
is.
anywho, so you guys, if you've followed us on our YouTube channel. If you are watching this and you are not followed, do me a favor. Please hit the subscribe button for me, please. I definitely appreciate it. We're going to play a little game. Yes, it is.
Yes.
I got a little thing for that too. Game
Game
time.
time.
So I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. It's just 4 questions.
Okay.
Random card. Random, very random.
All right.
There are 4 questions.
Okay.
Just to be clear, you do not win anything at all. If you
No,
get
no big
to,
money, no big money, big money,
you
big
get
money.
nothing. Okay, you get to walk away with your pride.
Hello, I can do that.
So the first question, let me make sure. Interesting.
All right.
Interested that I picked this question.
Okay.
The first question for you. You ready?
Yes.
Amnesia haze and white widow are strains of what plant?
Mm. And what's the second one?
White widow.
White widow.
Amnesia haze.
I don't know about no plants, girl.
Marijuana.
Now, oh, it's this type of game, but doggone it, I don't know. You know that right across my mind, but I'm like, is she going there or not? Maybe I'm not.
It's the card guy. I did not make that up. I don't even know what that is. When I saw a haze, it made me think of marijuana because I heard that
Yes,
word before,
yes.
but I
But
had
I
no
was like, is
idea.
that type of game, girl? Okay, so we playing this type of game. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's get with it.
Oh my god. All right. I These are hard questions. We're
See.
gonna get another card
Okay.
because
Yeah, another
those
one.
are hard questions. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna do you like that.
Right. Let me get one.
All right. We're gonna start all over. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. What country is the sports apparel and accessories company Adidas from?
Austria. Australia? No, 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 no. Austria. No. Germany?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. You see, you gave me three chances. Thank you, Lord. Germany.
I
Germany.
said if she say another A,
I know where I'm like,
yes,
okay,
Germany.
Germany. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. She got that
Hey.
right. Mind your business. She got it right.
Right, right. After three.
What numeral system do the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 represent? What numeral system? Numeral. What numeral
Oh,
system do the
Lord.
numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 represent?
That's what we use here in the U.S.
I mean, yeah,
So I would say it's the American.
right.
What is it? What
It's
is it?
Arabic numerals. I
Girl, if you don't give me
I
something else,
think
this is
I
ridiculous. This is horrible.
I know. Um,
These
what
some
does an
Jeopardy questions.
alchemist try to create?
Plant. Some plants. Plants. No. Um. Doggone it. Something to do with alchemy. Here you go with these Jeopardy questions again. Lord.
All
Okay, what
right.
is it?
It's gold.
Huh? Look at me.
Sorry, girl. Sorry.
Okay, fine. Okay, gold.
Cards are stacked against you. All right.
Right?
Final question.
Oh.
What word is used to refer to a musical recording that has been stolen from a music studio during a recording session and illegally distributed? You know this one. Think about a movie.
Pirating
Think about a movie.
a movie.
Yes. Illegally stolen.
Well, that's piracy. But is that in the music business or the film business? Oh, doggone it. I know this one. You said it's a movie. Think about a movie.
Think about movies, going to the movies, illegally stealing.
Oh, bootleg.
Yes.
I should ask you for hints on all of them. I got 1 out of 4.
Hey, that is okay. That is all right. You got 1 out of 4, and that is perfectly fine. You win. Congratulations.
Thank you. I would just make say I win.
You win. You win. You win. All right. That concludes our game. That concludes our fireside chat with
That was
Monique.
fun.
Make sure you guys are saving a date. I said this to you in the beginning. If you just joined, November 4th,
Mhm.
the Full Figure Industry Awards is happening in Jamaica, Queens. It is a gala event. Make sure you come dressed for the red carpet. Make sure you
Mhm.
get your tickets, thefires.com. Make sure you are following Monique as well. I will drop all the links to our social media websites in the comments below, in the description, I should say, below, so you guys can hit the follow button and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I much appreciate you. I have some cute little slides that I've created to end our podcast. I'm calling it a podcast, but it's not a podcast. It's just a fireside chat. This is not going to be forever and a day. Thank you guys so much for joining. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.